That's live.
We're live.
We're on.
Hello, live. I think it's our first show.
Welcome to a special edition of Table Talk.
I think it's going to be on CW.
This is it. This is going to be the one.
I mean,
You're going to see it here first. But you're also going to see it on CW this weekend, Saturday at 11:30 a.m.
I mean, we made it to TV.
We made it. I knew it would happen sooner or later.
I mean, I got
Look
to
at
tell, I got to tell some of my friends about this. I mean,
I'm
some
sure.
of our friends are race car drivers. Maybe they're football players. Table talk.
Yeah.
We're on TV too. So what do you think about that?
I mean, that's a pretty big deal, if I had to say so myself.
I mean, Brent been working hard behind that Spot TV guy. I'm telling you right now, if you need somebody,
Yeah.
he's been behind the scenes working hard. Took it 2 months to get this deal.
Yeah, I mean, and they kind of saw a lot of our clips, saw a lot of our promos. They couldn't pass up the opportunity to have Table Talk on their lineup.
And I sold my car to get on the show. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you took the scooter here, or did you take the,
Yeah,
the
I
golf
got the
cart?
scooter. Yeah.
Nice.
So, but this is our first show on. Going to be on CW. But what do you think, Michael?
I think this is a good show to kind of reset the stage here at Table Talk, kind of get into, for our new audience that's going to be watching on CW on this Saturday, kind of set the stage, let people know who we are, who you are, why we started this thing, what's going on here at Red Rocks in Birkdale. So I think it's a good place to start. So without further delay, I guess we would say, or something like that, why don't you tell us a little bit, Ron, your background, how you got started, how'd you get in the restaurant business, how did Red Rocks come about, and we'll take it from there.
We just say 1990. I bought it. My partner is John Love, my best friend, and I bought Red Rocks in 1998 with him in South Park. And I remember the first day, John said, "Hey, you want to run the floor or be in the kitchen?" I'm like, "Oh gosh, well, why don't you be in the kitchen?" So I was in the kitchen for the first couple of years, and it really helped me out. Red Rocks was originally a cafe. It is Red Rocks Cafe, but we made our own homemade desserts and a lot of pastas, a lot of salads, lighter fare. And when I bought it, one of the things I added was the American Express consumer: steaks, pasta, seafood. More steaks and seafood, and steak and lobster, etc. Private parties we've always done. But I think why go to Red Rocks locally owned, man? I mean, John Love isn't. You can go there today. He's working. I'm here today.
Yeah, it's not one of the big chains out there. It's locally owned. It feels like kind of like a good family vibe when you come here. So you guys opened up the first one in South Charlotte, right?
Right.
Okay, you got your start there. And you said, I think we were talking earlier. You were talking about how a lot of you got to think back in that time. The Charlotte Hornets were playing in the Charlotte Coliseum, which is like off Tyvola. So you guys were close to that.
Well, believe it or not, my roommate. It was a funny story. Dave Wingate, he played for the Hornets, but I called him up from Atlanta and I said, "Hey, I need a place to stay." And next thing you know, I pulled up in a U-Haul, and he lived in Providence Country Club area. And I said, "Hey, I'm moving in." He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And that's how I cultivated a lot of the clientele at Red Rocks too, because we were I knew all the players. I would practice and do all that, and being in the community is really important, I think, in any restaurant. And it put us right in the community with sports, and then the coaches ate from the Hornets and then the Panthers. Not that matters, because I think anybody is just as important that walks in Red Rocks.
Right.
You can be a plumber and be just as important as the football player. I think everybody's important. If you look at our menu, everybody thinks he's got to know somebody, but some people just eat here a lot, and they deserve to be on the menu because they're dedicated to our food. Yeah,
so your menu items are all named after friends and people who come here, which I think is a really cool touch. So you guys were, okay, so then you moved, how did you get up to Huntersville? How did you get to this one in Birkdale? Because Birkdale hasn't, it's probably been around, since the early 2000s? Obviously it's growing now, which we can talk about later.
But 2003,
you guys have been a staple here.
We had a couple of friends who approached me and said, "Hey, you want to open a restaurant up here?" And Peter Pappas did the development, and the Knoxes had the farm, and I sat here one July 4th. It was busier, and it was busy because they did the fireworks at Kenton's place, and they did them in Peninsula. But it was busy. I saw these people, and I can't wait. And we opened up, and I'm like, man, I might lose everything I have over this spot. It ended up working out. But again, if you don't have good food and good service, and you don't take care of the guests, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can be anywhere, but it ended up being a great location. Now we have, obviously, with the expansion of Birkdale that just happened with our friends from the county commissioners passed it,
and I think it's growing. You know, it's going to be a good
Yeah,
spot.
definitely. It's a good spot to be. I mean, with the expansion going on, Huntersville in general, I mean, that's like when I moved up to Huntersville, because I started out and I was in Charlotte, and then I moved up to Huntersville in 2016. But this is like one of the, we talked to like neighbors when we moved here, and they're like, where do we eat? Where's all the places around here? Everyone would always say Red Rocks. Like, you got to go to Red Rocks. It's a good spot. Burkdale, obviously. So we started coming here a lot, and it's just like, you see a lot of friendly faces. You see a lot of the same people here. You're going to run into people in the NASCAR business. You're going to run into people who just, all kinds of people, like, I mean, I see some Hornets players up here every once in a while. It's just, you've got a great staff who from day one have been here. Most of them have been here from day one. So it's really good, friendly environment. I got 2 kids now. They love coming here. It's a good spot.
I think the same thing with South Park. I mean, I remember why Dave, how do you Canales? I walked in and Dave Canales sitting up front. I mean, the coach of the Panthers in South Park, and I was like, oh, sure. And well, by the way, what a great guy.
Yeah.
But he loves eating at Red Rocks. He moved here. We made an item after him, a pita something down there for him. But he supports us. But again, if we didn't have good food and good service, he's not coming in. I mean, you got to do it all. You know what I mean? You got to do it all. Like here, with the NASCAR drivers, I was good friends with, I was actually one of Denny Hamlin's neighbors back in the day, and he started coming in, and he had all of his parties here, and then within that, then I would meet, Joe Gibbs. I'd meet other drivers that would come in, like now Bubba Wallace or Tyler Reddick or whoever they are, but they live here, and they're friends, and they get, and I think that's important. I think for a local restaurant is you can know, like Brent eats here. That's how I met him. I mean, he's, that's important. Or you, I mean, Michael doesn't brag about himself. He has a great marketing company to do a lot of car dealerships, SoCal Marketing. And you do restaurants.
SoCal. It's a full service ad agency. So we've helped you out. We help out a lot of car dealers, and it's full service. So I mean, anything from graphic design to website builds, digital marketing, production, studio production, things like that. So when I got up here, met you, we started talking. Obviously, we started spitballing about some marketing ideas, and we knew ways to help you as well, which obviously you have a lot of good things to advertise. I mean, the food's delicious, the locally owned. There's a lot of good benefits to Red Rocks in general. So, I mean, that's just kind of like our bread and butter is just kind of helping companies expand their portfolio, kind of grow their business, which, here at Red Rocks is an easy play because you guys are.
Well, I think the biggest thing, then we met, and then I recently hurt my back a little bit, so I'm in golf or playing tennis or anything. So I asked Michael, I said, why don't we do a talk show called Table Talk? And that's why we're here. It's my tea time.
Yeah, this is it.
So if you're listening and you ever get injured, maybe start your own podcast. But that's kind of what we did, and that's kind of how we went to this show,
Yep. So Burkdale, obviously, like we talked on, you've been up here now for a while, but they are going to keep growing. And so I know you had some talks with the county commissioners about what's
I met
going
with
on.
every county commissioner, and I was really impressed with their vision. I think when I talked to them, I know it's hard because the people in the neighborhood, I love the people in the neighborhood that eat here, but they're worried about the parking, worried about people parking on the side, all the stuff that I worry about too. I mean, but I think the hotel and the office building is well needed, and more apartments is well needed. The parking deck will be done behind here first in 2028, I think, and then behind North Italia in 2029, I think. And then the hotel is going to be across in Barnes & Noble. There'll be an office building there. Lunches are always a little bit different than our South Park. Right now, if you walked in South Park, we're totally full. And up here, it's just harder because of parking and everything else. So I think that it's going to help us. But I met Edwin, man. Edwin's the county commissioner. What a great guy. He's been coming a lot. I mean, they were all Latoya. I mean, every one of them I met they were in favor of being, progressive. And the roads will be widened eventually.
Yeah.
COVID helped a lot. People don't know after listening to them. That COVID hurt us a lot because they stopped building roads. Catawba was supposed to be 2 lanes a while ago, or 4.
Yeah.
But then the COVID hit, and then Sanford was supposed to be 4 lanes a while ago, or they're doing that. You're also going to get at the gas station there. I forget what that road's called. It's going to go all the way up to Westmoreland.
you're going to be able to take by which, you're going to be able to take Townley Road, I think it's called. You're going to be able to take it over to where Cava is. You know, that road's good. So
Oh, okay.
there could be a lot of changes, but I think it's all for the good. But we're just fortunate enough to have the kind of commissioners that we had
Yeah.
to pass it.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I know there was some pushback initially, but I think a lot of people are excited. It's as long as they're, building the infrastructure around here to make sure they're going to keep up with the amount of traffic that's going to be coming through. I think it's a big thing. So, what else is happening in your world, Ron? I know you made some. The Final Four is, if you're watching this on CW, it's tonight. But if you're watching us on live on Instagram, it's this coming Saturday. But we made some picks, and how you feel about your pick, Duke?
Well, I don't know why I did it, but I picked the chalk. I picked everybody. I picked all the number 1 seeds. So I'm looking good in my polls, but we both have Duke and Houston. Oh, there's Emily with some food.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see this.
Yeah,
But,
speaking of Red Rocks,
we're really doing good. I'm doing good. But did you pick all 4 number 1s in the final?
Yeah, I did. But we're playing. Me and you have a little matchup this weekend: Houston versus Duke. You got the Duke pick. I got the Houston pick. So
We can
only
go by
one of us-
SAT scores. If you want. I'm sure SAT scores are a little
Yeah, that
higher,
matters.
too.
I think they take that into account when they're making the bracket.
They used to be honest with you. The SAT scores in North Carolina, they were like 1,000 to play football, and Duke was 1,400. It was a crazy number, and I'm thinking, God, I think I got 1270 SATs, which I thought was high for me, and I'm like, how many kids get 14? Like a lot. You got to be smart, right?
That's what's the top. You can get 1,600.
Yeah, 16. I was good at math. That was my specialty,
Yeah.
But I think it's changed now with NAL. Let's face it, they're all getting money.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, Emily, what do you got over here? What are you bringing? We got some food over here. This is Emily. How long you worked for us, Emily?
Almost 12 years.
12 years. Shit. Holy heck. Oh, so. Okay, we got chicken. Hey, by the way,
Chicken and waffles.
now we do Saturday brunch now, Saturday and Sunday brunch.
Yep.
And chicken and waffles is one of the fan favorites of Red Rocks. My favorite is a strawberry waffle. It's not in front of us. Now what you got?
Cajun chicken pasta.
Wow. That's a
my
steak.
Oh, that's a favorite.
Number 1 seller.
Oh, yeah. And then this is something on our feature list, part of ribeye.
Oh my gosh.
Fingerling
Whoa.
potatoes
Wow.
and mushroom glaze.
Look at that.
Wow. Dig in. And what do you got? You going to bring some drinks out too?
I am.
Oh, I can't
About
wait.
to. Yeah.
There we go.
Bring them out.
Couple of my favorites.
This chicken and waffle looks pretty good.
Yeah, it smells good, doesn't it?
That's like a Saturday morning
the problem
special
is
right
if
there.
I eat it, it's going to come all over me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm bad.
Yeah, don't eat.
Yeah,
Let's
so-
not eat live on air.
I've already cleaned the computer.
You did? That's clean.
Yeah. Charlie, you listening out there? Can't hear very well. Turn up your mic.
I know. I don't know. We got the. We got these mics. Good. That looks like.
Well, it's good to have Charlie as a good friend of ours, basketball. What do you think about how's Hoop Group go?
It's going well. We've only played one game.
And you won.
Yeah, but it was an ugly game. But we actually play Smoke Show this week.
Would you trade Charlie for Chris Davis?
Yeah, I would make it. I would make the trade either way. I would trade Chris Davis for Charlie. I'd trade Charlie for Chris Davis.
Right. I think Kush is having some,
He's just upset. He's 0-2. I get it.
Well,
He's going through it.
he picks his friends. Yeah, that's the problem in that. If you start picking your friends in Hoop Group, it's going to be a problem. Now, Keller, I think, was probably a really good athlete.
Yeah.
But we find out with Anthony, it takes a little bit to learn how to play in the
Anthony's on the Outlaws, 17 points the other night.
That's what I'm saying, but it took him a little couple of years to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Or it just takes a good captain.
Oh, is that your team?
Yeah. Sorry, Kush.
He had 17.
Yeah.
And how many did you have?
I had 7.
7. What happened?
Well, we won the game.
Okay.
Win. That's more important than the stats, Ron.
Yeah, I would agree. But what do you think of the league overall? Who do you think is going to win it?
I don't know.
You just-
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not. We're playing Smoke this week, so they don't need any fuel to their fire. Because that team right there, that's not a very cocky team. So I'd hate to make them like a little cocky.
What did you think? What do you think about talking about the Final Four? Going back to that, but what do you think about NAL and basketball?
Well, it's showing it's one of the, I guess, if you're a fan of upsets and you're a fan of March Madness, it's rearing its ugly head because that didn't really happen this year. I think if you're a mid-major with a couple good players, those players are going to be out of there after one season. They're going to get picked off by the big dogs. Those big dogs are going to get number 1 seeds. They're going to advance in the Final Four, advance the championship. So it's just, I don't know. It's hard to say right now. I'm happy for the players. Good for them. They're making their money. There's nothing. They're not doing anything wrong. But as the casual fan who wants to see like some madness and me want to turn that off. Some.
So that ring.
Yeah. There you go. As a casual fan who wants to see like some madness and some crazy games, it's just been very uneventful. This has been pretty boring.
Well, do you think it's uneventful or it just happened? Like, what I mean? Like, it's like the baseball bat with the Yankees they're talking about. Do you think it's just an anomaly, or do you think the money?
I don't think so. I mean, if you look, so if you were to break down, like, I think I saw this graphic. It was like teams in the Elite Eight or Sweet 16, and it showed every team in the Sweet 16, and it showed
how much money?
No, it showed where each player of their starting 5 started school. So if it said Houston, right? So Houston's the team. It would say like Memphis, St. John, and like they would name their starting 5, and it would show the graphic of each school where the player started. And there was only like a few schools who were like had 5 players in their starting lineup that started at that school. Most of the other teams, they have 5 players from 5 started at 5 different schools. So I don't know if it's an anomaly or if it doesn't feel like an anomaly.
What I'd like to see is how much money was spent on each team. What do you think, Brent? Like, if you're North Carolina, and how much money they spend on
Not
the whole-
enough. Not enough.
No, and I'm saying, is that a fact? Because then you'd really know the factor. So we know reportedly Cooper Flag's making $5 million, but wonder how much everybody else makes accordingly. We'd have to get Nate on and tell us. So is the teams that are spending the most money?
I don't know if a lot of that is revealed though, like accurately. I think some of it's pretty accurate, but there's some schools that just don't. They don't. It's like a guessing game, kind of.
I don't know.
Or depending on who they're getting the money from.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, I'm guessing, isn't reported unless maybe it's from the school.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's their changing too. The schools give the money. I mean, it's crazy because the boosters used to give to the school to build the school, but now that's why the schools are a little mad because instead of giving $3 million to build the new, I mean, I want to say,
But how does this work? Because there's got to be eventually like a booster fatigue that sets in. Because let's say they come to you every single year for more money. You give them money. Your team doesn't even make the tournament. Then they're coming. Well, this year we're gonna. It's like, do you just keep giving them money to see like hopefully they make it to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8? I mean,
well, the only comparison I have is going to Catholic Church, okay? Because every time they want to build a new, new school for this person, and they're building a new school for that, and they're doing this. I'm like, I mean, how much money do you want me to give? Just tell me a number. Like the one lady's giving 50 cents, everything she had, just to listen to the Word of God, and I'm sitting there giving. I don't know what I'm giving to. Like, I think it's the same thing with these people. Like,
I mean, you kind of know what you're giving to because you're getting the players in the portal, but eventually you're just kind of like, man, our team's not doing very well. Like, I'm not giving money this year. I would think.
You're not?
I don't give money to schools.
No,
so.
you give money to Charlotte Hornets. There's tickets. Hey, we got Emily something else. Come on by.
Got a couple drinks for
All
you.
right, drinks.
a couple
bring it
drinks.
on.
Just talking that mic right there. What do you
This
got?
one right here. All right, we've got the blackberry jalapeno margarita. This is my all-time favorite so far.
Oh, sure.
Looks
And
good.
then this right here is on our feature list. It's the peach smash.
Oh,
Peach
you take that
smash.
one, Michael.
Yep, it's made with jalapeno.
Take
infused
that, Michael.
tequila.
Here,
All right.
cheers. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see that. Mm.
All right, you got that one.
You
Okay.
got,
got this one.
Michael has kids, and a lot
They
of people
can't drink
do.
that.
Oh, you can. I'm going to bring you a new straw because you have to try
No,
it.
the kids cannot drink that.
No, you have zero proof. You have zero proof drinks too, right? Like not. Yeah.
Shirley Temples, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I like the strawberry limeade.
Oh, strawberry limeade. Okay, make us one of them, and then bring us a couple desserts to show our new fans.
Ooh, that's good. That's only available at Red Rocks.
Hey, Kush, you're welcome to come by and eat the food. I mean, it's here.
That steak's bigger than Kush.
Yeah, it's taller than him for sure.
Hey, have you reminded Kush that he's the best player on his team this week or no?
No, he's not the best. Well, I haven't told him that lately. Just so you know, you guys, out there. We have a rec league that's played at our friend's house, and it's every Thursday, and that's what we're kind of talking about. So
And speaking of rec leagues, but a different kind of rec, SRI, our sponsor.
oh man, Greg Cronelli sponsored our show today, and Greg. Every time you watch Daytona, if somebody wrecks, he's happy. He's the only guy that's happy.
As long as they're
It can be
safe.
his friend. I mean, it don't matter.
as long like a
Well, nobody gets hurt.
Yeah,
obviously, but he does a steal.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't? He goes, "Oh, wreck," and then he starts laughing. Ha ha. Watch
As
this.
long as they're not hurt, but SRI, he does a great job. He's a really
Yeah.
nice guy.
Well, he's sponsoring the show today, so thank you very much, Greg Cronelli, and everything you do for NASCAR and for Red Rocks.
Speaking of NASCAR, I think we will probably be on air on CW before the Xfinity race, so maybe this Saturday or eventually. But there was some Xfinity, I think, some controversy this weekend, right?
Yeah, people are crashing people on purpose.
What's that about? I don't keep up with it enough to really know, but I saw there
Well,
was some.
Sammy Smith came in and if you eat our restaurant, it's Taylor and Tanner Gray have a menu item, but he kind of was trying to win the race instead of just bumping him out of the way. He just ran into him. Just said, "You know what? I'm going to run into you." And of course, I'm not in the car, and Sammy eats here, so I got to be careful. I'm not in the car, and I'm not sure what happened, but they were wrecking to win, and that's kind of a problem in NASCAR, but. You can do it. You can do it, but you're going to get paid back. I mean, I think Mark Martin, I heard him on a podcast say they should let them fight. Let them fight.
Yeah.
Like
I thought they do let him fight a little
problem
bit.
is,
Don't they?
could you imagine me fighting? Like, I was coming out of the car, and Mike will be like, "You please get out of the car and fight me." But I think you got to fight. I mean, you got to do
Yeah,
something
it's
about
like
it.
WWF.
Well, you
WWE.
have to down the road. I mean, for sure. But this weekend, you're not asked, and the number one thing happened.
Well, this past weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that Martinsville race?
Yeah, that Martinsville race that Denny won last weekend was really good too.
I mean, every time I had it on, like in the background as I was doing stuff, every time I looked up, he was in the lead. Did he lead like the whole? Seems like he led like the whole race.
He led 274 laps.
It's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it's real good. I mean, you can't duplicate that. But we need it for the this weekend is Darlington, so hopefully he can pull off another one. We root for Denny here at Red Rocks, and we have a hat, 11 against the world. You went to the high state, and that's their thing. Charlie and Travis, they made a.
He's been a guest on the show before. So for those watching for the first time, if you go to our Table Talk Instagram or our YouTube, which we'll have linked somewhere here on the screen, you'll be able to see some of the previous episodes.
Right.
With Denny.
Right.
We've had Scott Burrell on, Frank Garcia, a lot of good guests recently. And as we continue to grow this, Ron and I have called an apartment, moving to a townhome, to a house, which will eventually be like a beachfront mansion. We'll have more guests on as we.
Oh, what you got now, Emily?
She's back.
All right. Strawberry
That's for your
lemonade
kid.
kids.
That's non-alcoholic.
All right.
Okay.
Let me test it out for him.
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie. Look at this piece of beauty here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, kids are gonna love that one.
Yeah, that one's the best right there. And then we also have like a lavender lemonade too in the Rocktails.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got
That
a
looks
table of
great.
My favorites. Enjoy
Thank
it.
you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Those actually the non-alcoholic drinks are really good. Really good.
Ron, Kush has a question about your Ronnie hats, which, by the way, we'll link on this. You'll see it again, another graphic here.
I have a company called Ronnie Hats.
Ronnie Hats.
That Brent and Michael helped me create, and we do it if you're having a rehearsal dinner or whatever you're doing.
Bachelorette party.
Bachelor
Yeah.
party, wedding. We can make it. We design. We have a marketing team that designs hats for people. So it's a
Like
small.
we're wearing 2 Ronnie hats right now.
Yeah,
Table
yeah.
Talk.
So, but when obviously, I would never. DHR, Denny Hamlin Racing, they have a hat out, 11 Against the World. They just came out, but I'm my own bootleg hat. Not really a bootleg, but I always support Denny with a hat. I think it's fun. LFG, DH, all in. We've done a lot of them, and then for my birthday, they did a caricature on my hat. I'll have to wear it one time. So if you ever go to RonnieHats.com.
Do you guys sell racing helmets, or is that just presents that you get?
Where is our racing? We need to bring that racing helmet in.
I don't. Did you lose it? Or you probably lost it already.
I sold it to be on CW.
We signed it and sold it.
Yeah, to be on CW.
I'm still waiting for a race weekend where I see you wearing that
Yeah.
in the background in Victory Lane with Denny.
I mean, I'll do it. I have no problem. I might go.
You
I
missed
don't
his
know.
chance this weekend. Ron only goes to the Vegas races, the Nashville.
I mean, to be honest with you, Greg didn't ask me. Greg always takes me to
he didn't want to go to
Martinsville.
Martinsville.
No, but he always takes me. Like, it's weird. I go, Greg, did you not want to call me this year? Or, did you not want to deal with me? What's the problem? Did you not want my conversation? We always drive up together. We park at the end. And it's funny because he didn't do it this year, but when Denny won last weekend, there was a parking spot you could go in Martinsville all the way up the top of the hill. And then you park there. 'Cause if he wins, you go there. But I go, Greg, you're at the race because I left. But
He didn't go.
he went to the race,
Okay.
and he left early.
Got it.
But sometimes the traffic there is pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, I think that we got to bring that helmet out, Ron. Show our fans, eventually.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have the helmet. Brent, I mean, it was a great gift from there, but might have to sell one Ronnie hats too. Ronnie hats is going to Ronnie shirts too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got some sayings. So if you have a good saying, you let me know. We'll put on a shirt, hat. We'll put on anything you want. But what do you think about going into the Hornets too? We talk about Cooper Flagg. Do you think that Cooper Flagg will end up playing for the Charlotte Hornets?
No.
You think he wouldn't play? You're a guy that says
No, I don't think the Hornets will get the first pick. They're not that lucky.
You got to be lucky. You see,
Yeah.
what do you think about all these teams tanking?
I mean, look, if the Hornets were able to have any luck ever,
Wouldn't be on.
I would love for it to be with Cooper Flagg. But I mean, or Wimby. We got almost lucky there. Brandon Miller was a nice consolation prize. But we got lucky the year we got LaMelo because we went from like 9th to 3 or whatever. But we've had no luck getting the first pick. So I don't foresee Cooper Flagg being a Charlotte Hornet. He will probably end up on like the Utah Jazz, which would be.
Or did you get your tickets for next year?
No, we haven't crossed that bridge yet.
Our tickets doubled.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm going to buy like. I used to have 15. I think we have like one ticket now. It's kind of crazy. I think if you gambled on the Hornets I think their over/under games this year were like, just say 39.
It was
30.
something close to that, yes.
So they have lost every year for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet a parlay for $5, or maybe it was 20. The Panthers and the Hornets would make the playoffs.
Yep.
And I think they would pay me $40,000.
Yeah, because Vegas knows how unlikely one, if not both of those
And
teams.
you have Panther stuff too. Maybe we should just stop supporting our teams.
No, that'll never happen. But, look at me. I'm a Carolina fan. Bad year. I'm going to be right back there. I'm a Panthers fan. I'll be right back next season.
But your
saying,
son, does he like going?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting into it now. He's 7. So he's getting to that age now where it's way more exciting than it was when I was, like, making him watch it when he wanted to watch, like, cartoons or something.
I mean, I grew up a Steeler fan. I got lucky because we won the Super Bowl 4 times in the 70s, basically 70s. And I went to a lot of, I went to game and then I was there. And as a kid, I mean, when you won a Super Bowl, you hit pots and pans in your backyard. You go to the parade. It's a big deal. So
I have no idea how that feels.
It feels good.
I wouldn't
Did
know.
you ever do it with Carolina? I mean, you saw
Well,
Carolina.
we went to the Super Bowl twice, but you mean the Panthers?
No. What about?
Oh, yeah. I went to when I was in college when they won the 2009 national championship, and I was like, I'm going to Chapel Hill. So I went. They played Michigan State. They won by like 20. Went on Franklin Street the whole night. I had a paper due the next at UNC Charlotte. I had a paper due, like a big final exam paper due the next morning. So we had to get up at we didn't really sleep, but we got up at like 5 a.m. Drove all the way back to Charlotte, but it was worth the trip because. Franklin Street was crazy. You're jumping over the fire and all that stuff. People were just losing their minds, which is fun.
But it's a big deal. What I'm saying is, you're a kid, like you were at that time.
Well, no, that time I was in college.
Well, so you're a kid, 18.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's a kid.
Okay.
But I'm saying that's a big deal to
win a
experience
championship, yeah. And the Panthers had their chance in 15. I was uptown. I lived up there, and NFL decided.
Again,
they
our
wanted Peyton Manning
sponsor,
to win.
Greg Fernelli, has the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, think about this. You have Les, a good friend of mine, has the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. You got Charlie, who has the Bengals.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The Steelers are always 8-8.
But you could have said the same thing about the Chiefs for a very long time until they got Mahomes.
Yeah.
They were bottom dwellers.
And that was a good draft. Then they moved up for him. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was number one either.
No, they got him like the 10th pick, which was a good move. For
And
them.
they got Andy Reid, and that was a good deal too.
Yeah. And they got Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Well, yeah, that. I mean, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I don't know. Taylor Swift would be a whole different game for sure to date.
What are the Masters is coming up? Was it next weekend?
Yeah.
Who you like? Scotty Scheffler?
No, man. I don't know. You know what? I don't know why I like the kid at Allberg, but I always try to pick him. But why not Bryson again? I mean, hits the ball a mile. They can't change it any longer.
Yeah, I don't see him winning it.
Why?
I just don't. He didn't win in the Masters last year, did he?
Yeah.
He won the
beat
US
Rory
Open.
McIlroy. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it was the U.S. Open, right? Scheffler won the Masters last year.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. You're right.
Yeah, but I think that
Scheffler played good this weekend.
is it Aberg you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
He's 12-1. You were asking earlier to me, we were doing a conversation driving the car, and you were asking me what would my Masters do.
Yeah, so let's look up. What do we know what Scotty Scheffler had? Let's see. So do you want to lay it out? What happens?
Well, basically, they get to pick a meal, whatever they like. So
For all the former winners, right?
they get to pick a meal.
So let's see what Scheffler has. He's got cheeseburger sliders.
Wow.
As appetizers, firecracker shrimp.
All right.
He's got ravioli bites. And then his main course, Texas style chili. Oh, he's from Texas.
I mean, that's just, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Is this right? Let's see what else he's got.
That's about it. That's they do. They pick.
No, that was his first course, Texas style chili. Then the main course is going to be a choice of wood-fired cowboy ribeye or
There you go.
blackened redfish.
There you go.
Dessert, warm chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Oh man, you know what's funny? Where's my chocolate chips at today? I didn't text for them.
So what do you think? What's
Well,
going to be yours?
My chocolate chips would be my dessert for sure. I mean, I would do like that. I do like that idea. I think I'd like to have a good steak, a poivre. I like a poivre, maybe like a New York strip of poivre.
Yeah.
I would probably, I don't know, I'd do some type of spinach dip. I kind of like that
So you as an appetizer?
as an appetizer. Fish, I would do halibut.
Yeah.
I would do some type of halibut. I don't know. This Cajun chicken pasta is the best pasta in the world.
It is
I'm
very
looking
good.
at it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to eat it after we're done.
Yep.
That would be really good. Maybe even spice it up and give them chicken and waffles. I mean, it's a good Southern dish.
Yeah.
If you want to eat healthy, I would eat that.
I think I would probably go, I'd probably do I like chips and salsa. So for my appetizer, maybe some queso. I know you said something like that, but maybe do something like that. Some nachos.
Oh, chicken nachos would be good.
Yeah. Then, I like Mexican food. I might do fajitas
Oh, wow.
or buffalo chicken tenders.
Oh,
Buffalo
yeah.
chicken.
What about the chicken wrap you eat all the time?
I know. Yeah. That's a
Maybe we fly
staple.
in. You win the Masters, I'll get you buffalo chicken.
All right. If I win the
wraps.
Masters, will you do that?
Yeah.
All right.
If you pick the Masters winner, I'll give you a tray of buffalo wraps for your house next
Okay.
party.
Let's see. Masters odds. Let's look now.
Scheffler's number one.
For sure.
And you're-
Rory's not a bad pick. Oh, we got someone in the chat that agrees. Rory's not a bad pick. I do like the Aberg pick.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just okay. So about Allberg. I don't know how to say his name, but he's the number one par 3 guy last year in the.
Allberg, yeah.
So they have a thing on DraftKings. You can bet if you holes, right? But I would just any par 3, I would take him against a matchup. He's really good at that.
All right. I think I got my
Who you
pick.
got?
Morikawa.
So you could have Morikawa. If he wins, I'm going to bring you a tray of buffalo
Yeah.
wrap to your house for any
Okay.
party you have. I
Yeah.
got it.
Deal. And you're going Scheffler?
Scheffler's. Let's go Allberg.
Oh, that's right.
That's a little long shot.
Yeah,
You
over.
know, what do I get?
You get. I will bring you some gummy bears.
Okay, there you go. I like that.
Gummy bears.
We had Pete, how you doing, Pete? CW, Saturday, 11:30 a.m. You can watch this live.
Eastern Standard
Or
Time.
You can watch it. He said Mason back in the mix, great for Steelers. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers?
I think he's going to be a Steeler any day now, right?
Oh, they say that?
Wasn't there something the other day where he was like working out with DK Metcalf?
Yeah, he's in LA working. I don't know. I hope so.
He'll be a Steeler.
I went to the wedding in Dallas, this weekend, and my family was not happy about Aaron Rodgers. They're not happy about that. Do you think Aaron?
Why?
I mean,
well, because he may be a Steeler.
they just don't think he's too old. Like he's 41, so they think.
Yeah, but
What's-
I think that he's got.
Don't be saying anything bad about Mason now.
No, I'm not. I think that he's got Aaron Rodgers still has like 1 or 2 good years left. I mean, he played pretty well last year. If they don't sign him with Mason, I think that's very. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. I think Mason Rudolph is actually underrated.
Well, we got a good line. I think the Steelers. You run the football to beat Lamar Jackson and Burrow. You got to keep away.
And Deshaun Watson.
You got to keep it away. Oh yeah, you got to keep the ball away from them.
Yeah.
So the better running game you have. So if you can go.
Well, who do they have now? They lost Najee Harris.
Yeah, they just got Warren and I don't know who our other backup is. Pete might know.
Oh, it's Jalen Warren, but
Well, we got the guy from Gainwell from Eagles. We just got him, and we're going
it's not scary.
to postly draft somebody. So
I think that if they, I do think though to this point, if they drafted Jalen Milroe, that would be a good pick for them. I could see them taking Milroe. Jackson Dart, I don't know if he'll. I think the Saints might take him at 9, but I wouldn't hate Milroe if I were a Pittsburgh fan.
no, would you take Cam Ward and Shador or what?
They won't be there. You mean like as number 1 and 2?
No, yeah, I'm just asking. Like,
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I think they're pretty solid. This is a pretty weak quarterback draft class, but I think Shador scares me a little more than I think Ward is. He's pretty top notch.
I got to call out Drake May. He's got to be on our show. Him and Mark, man.
Drake May is great.
they're my buddies.
That's the kind of quarterback you want if you have a franchise.
Maybe I could double up and get Mason and Drake at the same time.
Yeah, we'll have a quarterback room.
Drake and Mason played ball, but Drake played at our gym. He is good.
What's
Were you there? Were you there?
Yeah, man. And I didn't realize like he was that good at basketball. It's like what's so frustrating is being like, playing a lot of basketball and thinking you're decent, and then seeing these guys who are just like, man, I just kind of play. Like I'm going to top 3 pick in the NFL draft for football, but I'll play basketball and average 18 in high school or something. Kudos to them, man. That's pretty. He's actually very good. But his family, Luke May, best shot of all time. Well,
Yeah.
second behind Jordan.
Yeah.
But best shot in Carolina history.
Hey, Brent, so I went out with Michael with Luke May, and I swear he stared at him the whole time. He never stopped staring at him. Like the poor guy.
Super fan?
Yeah, like, like he was like.
Fake news.
Hey, Michael, it's Luke May, man. Holy
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
happened just like that.
I guess it was like me with Mason, right?
Yeah,
We went out with Mason, Daniel Jones.
yeah.
Were you there that night?
No.
Daniel Jones is a nice guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really, to be honest, I was nice until I asked him if he's a good player for the Steelers. And he didn't really like that. But I'm so happy for Mason right now. I mean,
Yeah, I think he deserves another shot in Pittsburgh. I mean, those fans gotta love him at this point because he came back after Pickett got hurt or something 2 years ago, led them to the playoffs. They played Buffalo. It kind of looked like they were gonna steal one in Buffalo because Mason was playing well. But I don't know, man. I really think now he could have. Let's just say that they don't take Rodgers. They draft Milroe. He could have a resurgence. He could be like a Sam Darnold type
Right,
resurgence, or
right,
Baker
exactly,
Mayfield.
right.
You know what I mean? Like Mason could make some noise.
what if he did? He did a little bit, and then he played Buffalo. I mean, he won.
But yeah, it's the playoffs
pick
at
it.
Buffalo, and he hung around. I mean, he did a great job playing.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. Sam Darnold was really fascinating. He really looked bad in a Panther uniform. He looked bad.
He looked bad, but that just speaks to the fact that you got to give these guys a couple years to develop, or just let them mature a little bit. Back in the day, they used to just let guys sit for a year or two, and now they just throw them right in it. And some guys can do it, some guys cannot. But the fans are impatient, the front office is impatient, and if you give these guys Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Packers have figured out a way to do it. They've let these guys, sit on the bench for a few years and come in. Bryce Young was almost, to be fair, he looked like complete garbage because they threw him in the ringer from the beginning and then gave him some time to sit, came back, and he looked serviceable. Now, you can't fix his size discrepancy, but, he's going to be one of those guys where it's like maybe if you would have given him, luckily the Panthers didn't give up on him too early, but if you would have given him a few years, Baker Mayfield, like I said, Sam Darnold, same kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I just think you have to have the good football teams like the Detroit Lions have a good line. The offensive line is so good for Detroit.
Yeah.
And then it goes to coaching and everything else. But the line, I thought the Steelers have a good defense. Highsmith and T.J. Watt.
But, the Steelers, obviously, they believed in Mason. They saw some talent because they brought him back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They realized he hit the market, and they were like, hey, look, this is a guy who's been in our system. He's kind of saved Tomlin's ass. I don't know if I say that on CW, but saved him like a few years ago. Not that Tomlin was in trouble, but he had that streak of winning. I guess he had never had a losing record.
I hope you can say ass on CW, by the way. That's not a bad word.
And so he comes in after Pickett or whoever else got hurt, and he comes in and just lifts the team up. They make the playoffs. They make a good run. So,
I think the biggest thing is with to teach my younger people listening today, treat people like you want to be treated when you leave a job. Don't tell them to screw off. Don't tell them you hate them. Be nice to them. And I think as we talked about at one of our shows, I think Mason is a good person. When he left, he didn't call out Tomlin or didn't say he said, thank you for having the job. I appreciate it.
Ultimate professional.
It's business. Then he went to Tennessee, and they wanted him. Tennessee wanted Mason, but Pittsburgh stepped up and gave him a little more money. It's about money.
It's a business.
So, now he's making, $4.5 million a year, which isn't bad as a backup quarterback if he is. Hopefully he'll be starting.
I hope so. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Rodgers
Well,
thing.
what's crazy is certainly like Mason would be making $5 million a year when he was in college now at NAL.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's where it gets dicey with NAL. Is it if you're the 20th pick, is it better to stay or not stay?
Well, you got to the quarterback from Duke that just got $8 million for 2 years, $4 million a year. He's not going to touch. He's not going to get drafted and make that kind of money unless he's. Maybe he's a superstar. I don't know, but it's going to be hard for him to make that kind of money in the NFL. So good for him. He's just going to stick it out, play college football, and make the money, which is good. But then you run into the question: everyone's saying, is Cooper Flagg going to stay in school? Is he going to stay in school? There's just no way he would, because money is one thing, but if you're a guaranteed number one overall pick,
yeah,
I'm taking the money, and I'm taking not having to go to class, not having to deal with academics. I'll go back and get that later, but I could just focus on basketball, make multi-millions, get my endorsement deals, do all that, and not have to worry about being eligible or doing all this.
Who screwed up was Carson Beck. Carson Beck went back. He could have maybe been the first round. And then now he's, spiraling with the Cavalier girl. The guy now can't throw the ball. He's going to Miami to try to re-engineer his career in college football.
Yeah.
And so that could happen too. You get hurt. But they have insurance now when you get hurt.
Yeah, they've had.
We got brighter lights, by the way. What was these lights, Brian? I feel like I'm in a movie.
You are. You've been in the movie.
Yeah, just one's overheating, so it keeps turning off. So
It's
we're
okay.
just pressing buttons.
It's burned down the room.
I think one thing that we should talk about before we jump off that movie part, Ron, is you could tell the fans on CW where to find you. What movie? You've been a movie star in the past.
I was on Vendetta with Bruce Willis and Clive Stanton.
Yeah.
I was in the strip club scene at the beginning, and you can buy it on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's called Vendetta.
Vendetta.
I did a movie because my friend was Clive, and Clive asked me if I wanted to be an extra, and I ended up being an extra. But I learned a lot doing that. We talked about the show. Clive is going to be on the show. He's coming in April. He might be on next couple weeks. be a good show. He teaches us a little bit.
one of the shows I'm looking forward to the most is, and because we've done this already, we've had the event outside, Table Talk on Ice. If you want to watch it, it was a great episode of, we had some figure skaters come from all over the world. There was a guy named Alex and a guy named Kush who were gold medalists, and they
skated.
They skated. They had a great routine.
In Barkdale, what they do is they have a skating ring outside, and they have a stage, and we did it from there. We're going to do the Ronnie Awards
So
coming
that's
up.
coming up because you're a former actor.
Yeah, we're going to do the Ronnie Awards
We're going to do the
on
Ronnie
the
Awards.
stage. And people just say, no, don't forget about Frank Garcia, who's been on the show.
I mentioned Frank already.
Yeah, he's been a big help and one
Frank's
of my
been-
mentors.
Yeah, Frank's great. You know what I like about Frank is he is very easy to talk to. He knows a lot about sports in general, but he's just very
He's
down to
polished.
earth. He's very polished. And look, he had a radio show on WFNZ locally for a long time, and he is very opinionated. I remember when I used to listen to him, he was a big Duke fan. I don't know if he still has that kind of allegiance, but he used to bother me when I was in my car listening to him. And as I've gotten to know him now, he's so nice. He's so friendly.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a great guy.
Well, Scott Burrell last week was good, too.
Scott Burrell, former NBA player. He coaches Division II, was it Southeast Connecticut?
Scott Drake, he did get me the first round. I didn't take him all the way, but in the ESPN poll, I did take him to Sweet 16.
Yeah, he had a good pick there. The Drake pick was good.
But it didn't go far. I think it's funny, one of the brackets I had, and Charlie had Akron. You keep thinking these guys are going to go further, but those days are done. I mean, I would like to know, I'm going to ask Nate again, how much money each team is spending on their players. Like Duke quarterback right now is getting like $5 million. It's got to make them better. So we're going to see all this NAL.
Well, something I heard that was interesting was like with the fact that there's all this revenue sharing now that's going to be coming down the pipe. These schools that don't have football teams, so let's say like St. John's or Georgetown or whatever it may be, if they're in a conference, they're going to get that, but they don't have to share that revenue with the football team. So they're going to have more money to spend on college basketball players, whereas like someone like Carolina or whatever, they have a football team they got to give some of the money to. They got a basketball team, so. Because there's talks of like, the ACC kind of possibly blowing up in the next few years and teams running. But there's kind of a sentiment that maybe they take on some of the Big East schools, UConn, Georgetown, St. John's. They build into the ACC and make a bigger conference themselves.
And by the way, speaking of money, if you want to sponsor Table Talk on CW, Ron at redrockscafe.com, feel free to email me, and we have a package that we can send to you.
Yeah.
So it's every Saturday at 11:30 again. Be our first show. I don't know how it's going to come off, but I know Brent's such a good job with all this stuff.
It's going to be great, actually.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. But we're excited about that. We're excited to team up with Greg Finelli too as well. I mean, Greg's golfing right now.
Greg
I don't
is?
think he's golfing with the Golf Guys Tour today.
Where are they? Oh, you said they're at a 500 club?
Yeah, at their 500 club.
Okay.
And we've tried to get Chopper on here, Brent. He just doesn't want to show up.
No.
He doesn't?
I mean, maybe we need to do a live episode
We do the Ronnie Awards.
at the course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Maybe have it at a par 3.
They're
people
doing-
walk up.
Oh,
we make
yeah,
fun
we
of
do
them
that.
while they're hitting.
You know
Yes.
what they're doing, and I don't know how we'd do it. They're doing Carmel Country Club next. Maybe we go out there. If we could
You
do
think Carmel's going to let us out there?
it. I'm wrong.
Hey, if you're on watching on CW Carmel Country Club,
No, we got
Let us out
Brian
there.
Williams. We got Ron. We got the guy, my Brad, Hickory Tavern. We got a lot. We got a budget. We'll give him a little money. I'm sure money talks.
money does talk.
But no, that'd be good. Maybe not that one if they didn't like him when they do the Peninsula. That'd be a good one. But yeah, you're going to do a par 3 tournament out there, right?
Yeah, no, sometime during All-Star Week, we're going to plan
Yeah.
something one of the nights for sure.
Nice.
That's going to be good. I obviously can't golf right now, but I can, watch it for sure.
But you also mentioned maybe shooting golfers with paintball guns, too.
Did I tell you what I'm doing tonight? Yeah. Did I tell you what I'm doing tonight?
No.
So when I leave here,
You're going to shoot golfers
so
with
I'm
paintball
scared a little bit. So last time they had a food show. What a food show is they show you all the products, and then you get to sample them, which, basically I don't even sample. I'm eating Ruth Chris, but meatball sliders, macaroni and cheese, devil dogs. I mean, every item you probably wouldn't have on, but it's in Cherokee. So
Of course it is.
last time I went to Cherokee, I won, and I won the last time. So I don't really want to go because you win a couple times, there's fear. But I'm taking Mikey, who's been with me a long time. The guy's great, but actually he's been picking some baseball. He's a baseball. We need to get him
he's a
on.
big baseball fanatic,
He
right?
picked 3 in a row the other day. But last year we sat in the sports book and we had a blast. We just watched baseball and we watched some basketball, and then we played some Texas Hold'em, and all the other restaurateurs from Charlotte were there, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
And I like it's just funny up there, like I told Renee, I said, you don't have to drive. Vegas, you're thinking about what you're going to wear, what shoes you're going to wear. I like because you just wear what you want to wear. Like Cherokee, you don't have to act, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like in Vegas, what are you going to wear?
Yeah.
You don't have to really worry about it.
That's true. I had a question about baseball though, because we don't talk enough baseball in here. I don't really watch it. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But have you heard about these torpedo bats?
Yeah.
What the hell is that about?
Let me tell you a funny story about this whole thing. First thing is John Casmer. You know him.
Yeah.
He's like the worst gambler in the world. But
Yes.
I love
So
him.
I'm not good.
But like he's like betting like the guy, who you betting home runs? He goes, Will Romero. And I'm like, who's he play for? And he goes, I don't know. I just saw it. I'm like, do you realize the Yankees have new bats? Like they've
Is
hit
it just the Yankees?
Well, there's a few players playing it, but like they've hit 13. You should probably just pick one guy with the Yankees right now to hit a home run. I'm just thinking out of the box.
What is a torpedo bat?
It's just what they do is they put you're allowed to have 2.61 inches on a bat, and what they did is design the bat so it's more towards the middle of the bat, I believe. So where the what do you call it? Brad, did you see it online there?
Yeah, so what they do is find out each bat's different for each batter. So they
okay.
actually find out the sweet spot for that batter, and they make that area larger.
2.61 inches.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact because I read about it. But
Let's
so they'll
let's
make
ask
it could be
our-
the inside.
Let's ask our handy dandy.
But my thing is
Hold on. Cancel.
no, but like
Hold on.
how about this, Brent? So I got a guy that likes betting baseball, right? $5. That's all he bet. $10. But he's picking home run hitters, and I'm like, look, all I know is the Yankees are hitting home runs right now. Just take a guess. Like you could have a shot. They're all 3-1, 2-1, 4-1.
Torpedo bat is a baseball bat designed with the barrel shifted closer to the handle, putting more wood where a hitter usually strikes the ball, like 6 to 7 inches below the tip, to boost contact and power. It looks a bit like a bowling pin and got big with the Yankees, but it's totally legal under MLB rules.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
That's from AI, and that's I can't. I'm not going to say anything. I can't say what I want to say, but
Yeah, don't do that.
I do want to say it. But
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you're on ESPN Bet, and you see all these females doing sports. Now, like, you go on sports shows, all the females are doing sports. Now I got AI, I got a female talking about a baseball
Oh, you
bat.
can change the voice up.
I know. What I'm saying is, like, like, I love the fact that, because the ladies are pretty good looking, they have on, they're nice, good image, and all that stuff. And they're all on there. And I'm like, why don't they have Ron on there? Or Pete. Pete's a great deal of sports.
Yeah, Red Rock's
Charlie.
Ron. Yeah.
Kush. Why don't we have Kush on there? We got Amanda Sanders from.
You know their names though.
Yeah, I know her.
It's working.
I know her Instagram too. Yeah, I've already,
Mission accomplished.
I've already-
ESPN.
You know, it's funny.
Not blocked yet.
Renee was supposed to. be
She'll
on
be
today.
after on 11:39 on
We
Saturday.
need to get a female. Your wife actually was listening, and I was hoping she'd bring some of that bread over, but that was. I hopefully. That's
How
not
was that
just-
bread?
Oh, really good. I'm going to try to beg for some more right now.
Top secret. I actually make it.
You do?
April Fools.
Yeah. Oh, what is that drink you're drinking? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is April Fool's. I should have said I wasn't coming today.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Did anybody April Fool's?
No. I don't. I'm April Fool proof.
Remember, we're on Saturday at CW, so that'd be April
Yeah.
Fool's.
Well.
People right now are getting up and getting ready for the Final Four. They're like, okay, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
tonight?
Go Houston.
I mean, I hope. I mean, Houston's a tough team. And Duke,
You know who Houston kind of reminds me of?
who?
The Outlaws.
Oh, my gosh. That's your team.
Yeah.
Because you play defense.
Tough, defensive minded. Backyard bullies.
What's a line this week?
I don't know yet. Seeing as how Denny makes them and Charlie probably has, some input, they'll probably be like 10-point favorites. And we're coming off a very low scoring game.
against you, 10 points, I'd take you all day.
Yeah.
Try, I
They're
mean,
big
you know,
on bravado.
Let me tell you what happens. Bob Dontino hit me with the basketball once when I was playing. I pushed him in. I kind of, when he got up in the air, I hit him, which is not a good play, right, against the guy that's 6, whatever he is, 210 pounds. He got a little mad at me. But I think that's what has to happen. I think you got to play some. You got to play some.
You
bully ball.
think we got to come out there and set the tone early?
I think Sam's got to play bully ball.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about the tee.
Sam the Bull.
Right, but don't worry about getting a tee. Like if he comes near you and he accidentally trips.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, stuff happens.
Elbow.
Elbow, whatever it is.
We'll see. I mean, we're not going to divulge our game plan yet, but we've got something working.
I can see. What time's that game? I want to come.
6:15.
I might come to that. If the gym's, I heard the gym is cold right now, or hot.
I don't know.
Was it?
No, not when we were shooting. We were
Okay,
cold.
good.
Very cold.
Good. They got it fixed. I did tell Charlie, I paid $100 for that locker. My name on the locker.
Oh yeah.
I had to pay, back in the day, to put your name on there, my name on there's for $100 on the locker. So I'm
Oh.
selling my locker now for $500. So if you want a locker, let me know.
Hey, will you sell me your golf membership?
I wish I could do that.
I know that'd be nice. Can I golf
used
out
to
there?
have that.
Can I golf out there if I want? If I pay you?
You know what's real funny? I would do this with you.
He won't answer
If-
because he's mad.
No,
about it.
if you want to golf for real, I'll take you out and I'll just watch you. 'cause
Oh, do
I
you
can
have
go.
to? You have to show up too.
No, you can golf as a guest now.
Okay.
But
So if
you-
I ever want to golf, can I just say, "Hey, Ron, do you mind if I make me a tee time and I'll pay you?"
yes, you
Okay.
can do that. But I think it's afternoon on weekend. They have certain times. There's a time, but
Yeah.
you can also say, Ron, do you want to go see the course? And we go
I'll
play
pick
9
you up.
holes.
Yeah, I'll pick you up and then we'll just go.
Drive and I'll
Yeah.
watch you play. That way it gets me out.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'd like to do that. That would be really fun.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
What else we got here today? I know Red Rocks is really important, with the new expansion of North Italia. I mean, talking about lunch, we need to get lunch business always at both places. Always lunch is big. Our party business is pretty big. We got the
And
outdoor patio.
I want to say, if you're watching this and you're not familiar with the Birkdale, Huntersville, Cornelius area, you got to come up here. It's what they've done to Birkdale in the last few years. It's amazing. I mean, they've made so many improvements here. It's such a beautiful area. They've got great spaces for kids. They've got great restaurants, mainly Red Rocks. But if you haven't traveled up this way or down this way, you really should come check it out.
I mean, I don't really worry about my competition. We got we got Ease, we got Bricks, we got North Italia. We got
Hey, you win,
Cheesecake.
everyone wins.
Right. I mean, we got a lot of restaurants, Bonefish. I mean, they all came here because it's busy.
Yeah.
The weekends are crazy. It's hard to find parking. We have valet parking.
Valet parking, that's a big
Yeah.
deal.
But the problem is the valet service charges for it, but that's okay. It's
We'll
like
cut
$6.
that part. There's no problem.
No,
The valet,
not-
valet.
But they're owned by the valet company. What I'm saying is that's their service.
Yeah. But I do think that's a perk. I mean, you're driving around if you're driving around trying to find parking and you see a restaurant with valet, that's the best feeling. I love that feeling.
You want to be the place to be seen. This is the place to be seen.
Yeah. And you got a great spot out here because you got that beautiful patio that overlooks the big open grass area with a stage and all that. So when there's live music or events, you don't have to be in the crowd. You can be sitting here having drinks on the patio, watching the action.
Right. Well, I think we got a good show here today, hopefully.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live on Instagram, make sure you tune in this Saturday on CW at 11:30 a.m.
And real quick, guys, do you guys know all what SRI does?
I don't know everything, but I know they make a lot of money.
Well, they have a commercial, so we're going to play that real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, this commercial is awesome. So
Let me see that drink.
I knew this one. I know a good amount because Greg has told me a little bit, but I think the commercials speak more to it, and it's really great.
Well, have
Greg's
you
a
ever
great
seen it
guy.
on here?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna see it. They're gonna see
Yep.
it on CW. So
We'll
enjoy
start-
this commercial, guys, and
and we'll be back in just a minute.
yeah, be back in just a minute.
At SRI Performance, we don't just sell parts. We power champions.
From weekend warriors to professional race teams, we provide the high-quality products and expert service that keep you on top.
With a massive inventory featuring the best brands in motorsports, SRI Performance is your one-stop shop for all things racing.
From high performance products to top quality materials, we got everything your team needs this season.
Our highly dedicated team is here to help you find the right parts and solutions for your race program, no matter the level of competition.
And you never know who you might run into at SRI Performance. Drivers, team owners, and some of the biggest names in racing. Trust SRI to keep them on the track.
Beyond the products, we're committed to the sport, supporting teams, sponsoring events, and growing the racing community.
At SRI Performance, we do more than sell parts. We build relationships, fuel competition, and keep racers racing.
Stop in and see us or visit us online at srperformance.com. SRI Performance, where champions shop.
We're on mute. This is Greg's company. Wow, pretty impressive.
It's a really good commercial.
I tell you what, his employees he takes care of too. I mean, he really does. He's in Canada. You know, he bought a place in Canada too. I want to ask him about the tariffs. Well, let's get off and going here. I got to go up to Cherokee and try to.
All right.
Make
Thanks
some
again
money.
to SRI sponsoring this episode of Table Talk. Thanks to all of you listening out there. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, tune in on Saturday, 11:30 a.m. CW. If you're watching on CW, tune in again next week too as well.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
Thanks. Table Talk by Ron and Michael.
That's the name of the game. See you guys.